Hey guys, today we wanted to do a little bit of a tutorial on Google My Business. It's a profile that Google offers, and if you are a business owner or in charge of your business's marketing or growth, you definitely want to capitalize on it because you know Google's the #1 search engine in the world in terms of volume. And now they give you this massive space here on the right-hand side of the screen. This is the Google My Business profile, or if I was on mobile, it would be the first listing I see when somebody searches a branded search, which means they put your name. Like you can see here, we put our agency name in. And so you want to use every available tool that they offer you. So today we're going to unpack how to optimize it to get maximum conversion and leads out of it. So you can see just a walk down a general Google My Business profile will have some photos, which either you can put in as the account owner, but also customers can put in. It'll have a map. If I clicked this, it would enlarge the map. You can see a picture of the outside of the building. It contains your address. It contains your phone number, which is important because on a mobile, somebody can just click that number and they're straight calling you. There's a new section and a new feature they have now where you can post, and we'll talk about the importance of that, just like it was a social media tool. And then it'll bring in some other reviews. You can see we have some Facebook reviews here. It brought in, it allows people to send it straight to their phone to remember it, and then it'll also fetch the reviews you have, and it'll allow you to put a description in. So we'll go into each of these and talk about why they're important, but this is a huge amount of search real estate that you want to capitalize on because it can really help you convert customers and you can see how they're converting. Okay, for this video we're going to presume that you already have your own Google My Business account set up. We'll do a different video on how to set one up if you don't have one. But let's talk about how to make sure you're taking advantage of the full capabilities that it has. So let's just continue. This is a portfolio of some we own under this account, but let's just continue with Moon and Owl Marketing. So you can click on it. It'll take you into your portfolio. So this is what the dashboard looks like. So let's talk about some ways that you can optimize your page. And let's just start with the simple info page because a lot of people make mistakes here or they don't leverage this to their full ability. So you can see it allows you to put your name in, but it also allows you to put in a category, and those are pre-selected categories. So you'll want to find the category that's closest to what you do. This is important for search ranking. The next thing is you'll see the address that you enter. It needs to be an address that you can receive the Google verification card if you're just creating this for the first time. But again, we're assuming that you already have an account. Now, one of the important things to note is Google will sometimes change the way your address lays out. We have some clients that if we typed in this, it would say 2120 Ellis Avenue. It might say Suite 4366. It might say capital STE 4366, or in this case it chose to put the number in. That's something that Google did there. Why is that important? Because as you build your citations out, which a citation is simply when you put your name, address, place on a page, on your Facebook account, in a directory, wherever, you want it to exactly match what Google has chosen to put up as your address here. If you don't do that, it has a more difficult time correlating and is trying to match to say, are there citations across the web consistent? So once Google puts in this address, this is the form of the address you want to use. Now you can break the line right here between Fort Worth, but so on our website, if you were to look at the Moon and Owl website in the footer, it uses this number sign 4366, not suite, so that we have an exact match to what Google has chosen to show as our address, and it's basing that on its map paradigm. You can put in hours. We don't have any special hours. You can have in your phone number. Again, you want this phone number to match anywhere you have a citation across the internet. You can put in your website. So we have our website here. And then we'll come back to services in a minute. A lot of people skip the description for some reason, and I don't know why they're doing that, because it's super valuable to get your keywords that people would search into your listing. So you can see the description we've typed right here. So we're trying to rank for marketing agency in Fort Worth, which we do well on. Then we also do web design, SEO, copywriting, social media marketing, digital marketing, and traditional marketing, because those are key terms that people search. So if you'll notice, that description goes right here on the bottom. And so actually our keywords are landing on a Google property, which is always super valuable for search. The next thing you want to do is add your services. And Google lets you do this in actually quite a long form way. So you can see here we've listed our services, and we're doing this in two ways. We're writing this that it has keywords in it that people would use, but also so that it's written in a way that shows them the benefit of them using that service and they convert. And then even though this link does not auto-populate as a link, it's not clickable, we went ahead and put our links in here because a lot of people will just grab this, cut and paste it in their browser, and it'll take them straight to the page. You can put prices in there. If you sell like a hard price service or a product, we didn't because our price points can flex. And so literally you can come in here, create your sections, and add your products or your services you offer, and now you have your content on a Google site. And we know Google's a little bit narcissistic and likes to present itself to help you in your search. Another thing you want to do is make sure there's not a duplicate listing of your business. We've had several clients come on board with us, and once we started doing a little bit of digging, we found out they had actually like 2 Google My Business listings. Maybe they were at a previous address and they moved, and so now they have their old address is one Google My Business listing, and the new address is another Google My Business listing. You kind of want to keep all your eggs in one basket unless you truly have 2 locations in 2 different places. Then it is super valuable to list both those separate. The other thing is even your name can cause an issue. I'll show you right here. We have a client that we have, and you can see at one point somebody created this La Creme tea, and they used the ampersand tea. And then they created one that used the and. And so what we did, this is when the top one is actually paused. We put it on pause and hit it because we only want, of course, all our reviews go into one entity. So just double check that. Again, if you type that in the search both ways, you'll see, or type your name in there, you'll see if you have 2 different accounts. All right, let's dig into a little bit of ways you can use it in an ongoing way. The 3 key things that you're going to want to do are upload photos. So you can come in here to your photo section. And you can see we've loaded several photos here from websites we've built to different things. There's some other ways you can actually geotag those to get even more relevance, which we've done on some of our photos. You can do video, interior. So there's a lot of things you can do. You can put in identity branding photos. But you want to have a regular schedule of how often you put in photos so you always have new recurring stuff happening on your page, because Google likes fresh content. The other thing you can do is gather reviews. This is super important to get good 5-star reviews. We have several programs. One of them is called Review Grabber, which we can drive up review counts. I think we have one client that literally has like 600 5-star reviews. We have another client that started with 34 reviews at 2 stars and is now up to over 100, and it's driven them up into the bottom of I think they're at 4.8 stars now. So that's called Review Grabber. I'll put a link to it below this video. And then the other thing that's one of the newest features you can do is to create posts. So posts, think of it almost like a social media feed for your Google My Business. You can see our post is right here. You want to make these a little more solid offering than you would like on a social media offering. You don't want to put fluff in here. This is a pretty quick call to conversion. Like we put time for a new website here, 10 questions to ask. If they click this Learn More button, it actually takes them straight to our website. And so you actually want to use keywords in here. Web designer is one of ours. We've done a post on SEO. We've done a post. These posts live for 7 days. And so you need to be ready at about 7 days to flip that post over to a new post. And again, use keywords in that post. You can see here we used SEO. We did the 5-star review post for the review grabber. This is a web one. The next one might be graphic design and copy. So we rotate through those posts. And that is really, we found, making the client's content more relevant, and it's improving their results on their page. The other thing you want to do is check your listing regularly, because Google My Business is a little bit of a hybrid of Yelp and like your own social media account. So people can come into this account and suggest an edit and actually change the information on your Google My Business account if you don't respond to it. So they might say, hey, this actually closes at a different time, or so-and-so's different. You can override those typically in your Google My Business, because it'll show you a suggested edit, and you can say, yeah, no, we don't want that. We do. Yes, we agree with that. One of the things we found that's interesting is if you can get your review count up, and then you can be really active on your Google My Business, it actually correlates to the map pack rankings really well. And what do I mean by map pack rankings? Map pack rankings are when somebody searches a term, like I just put in best marketing agency Fort Worth. When they're searching a term, typically, if it's a service or a product that can be provided near them, Google auto-populates this area called a map pack. And again, it's very big, it's very visual. If I were on my mobile right now and not on a desktop, I could actually click straight in and call Moon and Owl Marketing. And so there's a strong correlation to the number of strong activity that you do on your Google My Business and the number of reviews that you have on it. And like I said, we have clients. We have one client that was not in any map pack, had 34 reviews that were about 2 to 3 stars, got 134 4-star reviews, and all of a sudden, everywhere you look for a pretty competitive term, they're starting to pop in the map pack at number 2, sometimes number 1, and sometimes number 3. But a ton of for their particular service they offer is sitting right here. They would be in the number 2 position in the map pack. So again, that's super valuable because Google My Business is correlated to your map. So you want to work on optimizing your Google My Business listing to improve your map pack rankings. So how do you know if all your Google My Business efforts are working? Well, one of the beautiful things about this platform or this directory is it's a closed garden. So it can measure everything that happens inside of the Google My Business platform. So let's go to, I'm going to take you to a different client just to vary things up a little bit. Let's go to Milestone Church, and we'll show you the insights that you can see. And it's pretty powerful, and it really shows you if you're getting a return on your investment. So this is this last 1 month period. So this client got 8,175 searches in which their Google My Business appeared on the side corner. And you can see if they discovered it for the first time through searching a service or if they did a direct brand search. So this means they were maybe searching for, in this case, a church, or in this case, they knew the name of the church, but they wanted more to find out more about it. You can see that on the search listing, which is when it would appear on the right-hand side or the top of their mobile, this last month they had 8,680 listings on search. We also talked about how Google My Business was connected to the map pack. They've gotten 25,000 views this last month on the map pack, which is huge, especially for a business like this where you're wanting people to actually come to it, to the address. Really big results there. In the last month, they've had 2,000 people take action, and you can see those broken out over here. So they had 1,400-ish people visit their website. 525 wanted driving directions, and then calls is 74. Keep in mind on calls, that's measuring call clicks that people directly click on the link. But if they look at the link, remember it, or write it down and type it in, that's not going to be recorded here. So usually this number is actually higher than this, but it's still a really helpful number to see. We can even see where people requested directions from. So this gives you some great demographic info on where your customers are searching for you from or coming from. And then you can also see what happens here as people call, when they call, what day of the week they call. If they check in, we don't really use this function, but if you have check-ins to your storefront, they can be viewed here. You can see how many times people look at your photos, which again, they're looking at content that you provided. So the really powerful insights, so you can say, hey, this is worth the time and energy we're spending on this. And again, guys, it's not hard to optimize. It's really easy to set up. It's really easy to post into. It's not too hard to get reviews, particularly if you use something like our Review Grabber service. And then to make sure your info is right and to kind of keep an eye on it. Super powerful tool. Google's the #1 search engine in the world, so why wouldn't you want to leverage that to your benefit? Stay tuned. We'll give you some more Google My Business tips on how to optimize your Google My Business profile. This is Jordan with Moon and Owl Marketing. I hope this has helped you guys. We'll be back with another video soon. Thanks.